Hey everyone, this is Zeno here with the part 2 of the Emma Frost Whispering Ice character. Freaking love this tune. Since we last talked, I think I was like leveling her. I just explained the theory, but now we got her full up and running with Ascendancy points. Let's take a look at the Ascendancy points. So to kick things off, I think I had Quartz Infusion in the last video, I'm not sure, which gives you phasing on kill, a little bit of dodge, move speed evasion, and then we get Avatar of the Veil, which is the whole gimmick behind the build. Gives me elemental damage, Whispering Ice. Excuse me. I got 20% movement speed while I'm phasing. Granted, I still want to have 30% movement speed boots. I settled at a 20% pair of movement because they're just so damn good for Whispering Ice. But obviously, late game, that perfect pair of boots will have these exact stats plus 30% increased movement speed. Alright, it also makes me immune to all elemental status ailments while phasing. If you guys don't know what elemental status ailments do to CI, should do a little bit of research. But at the end of the day, chill, freeze, and shock have a very high chance of being applied to you because being chilled, frozen, and shocked is based off of your maximum life prior to being CI. Same as with stun. So because of this, you usually have to be immune to freeze through like a Dream Fragments or Alpha's Howl, Wanderlust people use for leveling hybrid builds, or they end up getting their flasks rolled with immune to freeze, shock, among other shit. But I get all that in one flask. Did I mention I also get that on kill? So this class, not only can I run through things, phasing gives you the ability to run through things. If you read here, while you have phasing, your movement is not blocked by enemies. No unit collision. I'll be immune to all elemental status ailments, with the exception of burning ground, which is kind of bullshit, because I guess it's not a status ailment, you're just burning. And next 2 points, I'm going into Heart of Oak to get Avoid Stun. I decided not to go with Heretic's Veil. I thought I was going to go with Heretic's Veil, but I messed around with the Aura Calculator, and I basically need 2 level 3 Enlightens and Leadership to run it. And I was like, that's probably not really worth it. Leadership's good for my Blasphemy auras, but I don't know if I should go out of my way for it. I'm up in the air about it. I think I'd rather go Duration as well as Skittering Runes, because Skittering Runes will boost my auras for my curses. This will just give me range. And if I need range, I'll just go here, which also gives me curse effectiveness. So I will be getting more curse effect. So my auras currently are Discipline, Warlords, and Enfeeble curses. So Enfeeble paired with the Chilled Ground reduces their damage significantly and slows down their attack speed, move speed, and attack speed. Or attack speed, move speed, cast speed, sorry. The one take build I'm going to mess up here. I also have Frenzy Charge Generation, which is a pain in the ass for most ES-based builds because Blood Rage now degenerates your ES, which causes you to never be able to regenerate your ES out of combat. It's a little stressful. It's possible, but in hardcore, generally speaking, we don't mess around with Blood Rage on ES unless you're playing some kind of like Discharge silly build or something. The beginning here, if you guys remember, I took all the decks here at the beginning and made it int, so this node actually gives me int now. This is really good because it gives me flash charges gained, paired up with flash charge duration and effectiveness, and then my belt gives me reduced flash charges used and more duration. So those 3 wombo combos allow me to play Flask Piano. So let's talk about Flask Piano here. If we look at my tooltip of my defense, I have 3% armor and 10% evade and 6% dodge. 12% block. The block comes from my staff. The dodge comes from the phasing node in Raider, and this is just default shit. I literally have no evasion rating on any of my gear. It's all pure ES. So when I pop all of my... We'll just start with my evasion class, my Jade and my Stibnite. When I pop those 2, I'm at 21k evasion, which is a shitload for just 2 flasks. If I could wear Grace, I'd be really happy, but wearing Enfeeble is good because it always lowers their damage and it lowers their accuracy, which is perfect for that much evasion. Now if I pop my Roomies, that shoots me up to 51 block and 16 spell block. So 12 to 51 block. And then lastly, if I pop my Quartz, I have 23 spell dodge and 19 dodge. So with all of these stats together, I have very high block, very high spell block, a decent dodge, pretty high spell dodge, as well as 21k evasion. And then I use Onslaught Flask for my mobility and my attack speed, cast speed, and all that good shit. Let's get these refilled up here. Now, when I'm in combat, you're going to notice I'll pop all 5 of my flasks and I just kill a pack and they're all right back. Let's take a look at this character. There's a bunch of things I need to explain about it, but right now, just to show some maps. Currently, I'm running Tier 5 and 6 because I am level 79, which is a good level to be running tier 5 and 6. If you're the kind of guy that needs a red map, you're going to have to be patient, all right? God damn it, I can't even roll this thing. Let's make this blue. I'm not spending more money on the damn thing than it costs to make, or the cost to buy. Chilled ground, normally annoying as hell. Not in this build, you can just run over that shit. Of course I use the edgy portal that makes everything look cold and whatnot. You gotta min-max and make sure you're using your cool swag MTX. Be that beautiful princess. Alright, so if you notice chill ground kind of sucks there, but I pop this quartz, no big deal, I can run over that shit. The damage is doing pretty good. Once I have elemental overload up and I got my 5 frenzies, the damage is quite good. I do need more clear speed, but at the end of the day, I think that's just going to come time with gear and whatnot. But usually just one cast in there, that's all I need on a monster. I'm not using Conk. I thought I might use Conk in this spec, but instead I'm using Elemental Focus because Elemental Focus normally makes it so you can't chill and you can't, what's it called? You can't chill, you can't freeze, you can't shock or ignite. However, Whispering Ice by default puts down chilled ground, so I could still use Hypothermia and Elemental Focus together because it puts down chilled ground on its own free will. I don't need to actually chill with the attack. The chilled ground will count towards my Hypothermia. Isn't that beautiful? Yay. I also am using Val Ice Nova in the chest piece I crafted. I'll show you that after, a little bit of gameplay. Oh yeah, and I'm not, that's unit collision right here. This is considered unit collision. I can walk right through that crap. It's awesome. So any frost walls, that crap, you can walk right through because those things are actually considered to be units. They're actually considered to be monsters, the way how the game is coded. Isn't that freaking awesome? I mean, that's a very, very rare case, but there's been times when you're trapped inside that arena boss and you're like, no! Not no more. Perandus boxes, no problem too. You can just run through all that garbage. No unit collision. Still don't have Heart of Oak. So let's talk about Heretic's Veil. Instead of using Heretic's Veil, which is the curse helmet, instead I'm going to be going with a quality Blasphemy, which I'll get more curse effectiveness out of. Heretic's Veil doesn't offer you that, which is fine because it gives you a 22 Blasphemy, which is Radius. I will miss out on a decent chunk of evasion, but instead I'll have a very high ES helmet with the Leo level 5 avoid stun crafting suffix on there. At level 5, Leo has the ability to craft stun avoidance, which is great for this build, because if I'm going to say I'm immune to all the bullshit ailments, stun is one of them, and I'll be very, very close to being immune on that. I also, on my gear, have a lot of flat HP unintended. Flat HP helps you with stun, 99 life on this. It could be movement speed, but everything else I need on this belt's already there. Same thing goes with these boots. I wish it was like flat ES, but it's still 154, ES with int and other good stats. I'll take the life roll because it's better than a rarity roll, basically. So that plus this node on the tree will give me life. These give me life, and then Heart of Oak, which makes me avoid stun, also gives me life, which puts my base life probably around close to 3k. So that rolls off a lot of like bullshit stun mechanics that CI has a lot of problems with. I'm also using Val Ice Nova, like I said right there. I could just pop that every couple packs or so. Alright, enough of the map. Let's go back and talk theory. So right now in my gear, in terms of like being done, I crafted my chest piece. I had landed the hybrid roll and the percent roll, and I exalted the flat ES roll. So I'm pretty happy about this cold resistance. It's perfect. It's the highest tier. I think I could divide it up to 48, but you'll take what you can get. And 30 int I did not expect, so I crafted another resistance, and this chest is done. Like, for min-max, this would be the last thing I would replace. I'd probably have to 6-link it for my Val Ice Nova, but I'm happy where it's at right now. I'm using Val Discipline, Increased Duration, and Rallying Cry in this awful pair of gloves. It's good ES, good int, and hey, it's got flat life. So again, take what you can get kind of thing. My belt is my flask bitch, has no resistances, but it has armor. My boots, as I showed earlier, decent ES, high int. Every single piece of my gear will have at least 30 int on it. Just resistance, ES, mana, same kind of thing. I need to craft these or get better ones. This guy has 104 int on it with evasion rating, ES percent, flat ES and mana. For everyone that's like, why no Whispering Ice with Astromentis and double Perandus, Shavs, Those are really good for a low life build where you can just stack uniques, rainbow strides, all those awesome uniques. But when you're playing a CI build, when you just have enough rare pieces of gear, just embrace the rare gear, man. Like, I'm only losing out on 10 int. I'm not going Perandus rings. I might as well go for that super high tanky, piece of gear. And this will never come off. This is never coming off. I bought this for 1 Exalted because Astramentus is better. Except every fucking stat on this is GG. And this helmet is going to be replaced with a better helmet, which is higher int, higher ES, and then the Leo Stun Avoid. That's probably going to cost me around 3 Exalteds, and that's what I'm saving up for next. My links in my Whispering Ice currently, because you don't have to 6-link Whispering Ice. It's an automatic 6-socket, will automatically link to the Ice Storm skill. I got Cold Pen, Hypothermia, Faster Casting, Spell Echo, Control Destruction, and Elemental Focus. So I went pure damage, no life leech, because I'm running Warlord's Aura. Warlord's Aura is giving me the life and mana leech I need, and Feeble is like reducing the ever-living shit out of their damage. I don't need the Life Leech Gem. Instead, I put the Life Leech Gem on my Val Ice Nova. So in a big pack, if I'm actually taking damage, this could be an oh shit button for both damage and survivability. If I'm already on top of them with Warlord's Mark plus the Life Leech Gem on Val Ice Nova, this is only level 16, but it actually does quite a bit of damage, and it's a good oh shit button. Well, that's all I really got about the theory, the build, where I'm at right now. Hope you guys liked the video. The next video for part 3 will have red maps in it. So that's the goal. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you haven't figured out why I call her Emma Frost, go Google Emma Frost from the Marvel series. She actually doesn't do anything like frosty or cold, but she looks like this, that diamond skin. Nothing can hurt her exterior. And that was the whole idea behind this build. And I'm not sure if they the Avatar of the Veil was intended to be kind of like that, because it looks like you're almost diamond, you're immune to all the bullshit. I kind of like it. It's fun. The Trickster probably is a better class, but this is still unique enough for me to enjoy it and still successful. Cheers, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment any questions you have below.